2020 has been a wild year. With a raging pandemic going on that has forced us all to live in an isolated world, we've managed to adapt and stay connected through technology. And as the world's technology advances in better connecting us virtually and autonomously, what would the pandemic have looked like if it came 3 years later? For starters, let's look at how our jobs would be affected. In present day, the majority of the workforce that is still able to work through the pandemic is doing so remotely from home on their computer. We've learned that people can still work with each other through Zoom calls and Slack messages. Today, we make video calls and talk to people through a screen. In the future, we will be talking with people through holographic projections. In fact, this is already being done by some companies today. Spatial is an extended reality software that you can use with a VR headset to meet up with people virtually for meetings and collaborations. Both you and your team can go into a virtual office where you can walk around and post virtual sticky notes in the air, share screens, basically anything you would have done in a physical office you can do in this virtual office. And as VR headsets become cheaper over the next few years, we may very well see the majority of companies providing their employees with VR headsets to come in and work in a virtual office, rather than paying all the costs of having a physical office. And this may not just be for office jobs. We may even see virtual schools that students can attend and still gain that immersive hands-on experience for the things that they learn. And as far as entertainment goes, when it comes to movies, sports, and games, even in isolation, people will be able to experience all of these in virtual reality. It is already being done today, with VR headset prices as low as $299 USD. But as things become cheaper in the next few years, we'll see these headsets in more hands, which will result in bigger and more lively virtual worlds. In the future, restaurants will be even better accustomed to providing takeout and delivery as services like Uber Eats gain in popularity, and especially as self-driving cars become more available. Tesla has already announced that they expect to roll out their driverless robo-taxi cars in 2020, which would be able to drive people around and deliver goods autonomously. Other companies like Google have been testing out driverless cars for over a year now. Over the next few years, driverless cars will become a common mechanism for delivering goods and services, which we'll even be able to use to have our groceries delivered to our front door. Other businesses like gyms and jobs which can't be done remotely may still face the hardships they do today. Universal Basic Income, or UBI for short, will become much more common in the future, as every year jobs are being lost due to automation. Today, there are many governments around the world that are considering and experimenting with UBI. Even during the pandemic we're going through now, many workers and business owners who are no longer able to work are receiving some sort of temporary UBI. Although it hasn't been easy to adapt to an isolated lifestyle living in a pandemic, technology has certainly made it a lot easier. Which makes you wonder, has technology always been bringing us closer together or splitting us apart? Let me know what you think in the comments below.